Hi guys, so here is an important video for May 23 audit students of CA Final. You have 2 days time before exam. How to plan cleverly these 2 days so that you can get maximum output. Like just let us look at the exam notification once. On 4th you are having SFM, on 7th you are having audit, right? So literally speaking, you are having 2 days. 5 and 6 is completely free for you to revise audit. So don't hurry up. Generally, we will be left with 1 day, but this time you are having 2 days. So don't hurry up revision. Neatly you can revise. See, which 2 days means it's not an ordinary time. Definitely for revision, 2 days means approximately I can say 24 hours. 24 hours of time. So as soon as you attend SFM exam and came back, take absolute rest. Make your mind highly energetic and productive for the next 2 days. So as soon as you finish SFM, come back, okay, take maximum rest possible. Don't even open the book that particular day, 4th of the May. Next day, morning, as early as possible you try to get up, because you are taking the entire previous day on the rest. So definitely your energy levels will be high on the next day, even though if you wake up early. Maybe let us assume you are waking up by around 6 or 6:30 in the morning. The next 2 days, plan minimum 12 hours for revision. How to plan these 12 hours? See, plan with adequate breaks. Just because it is day before exam, don't study without break. What is important is productive coverage of the major syllabus. Getting it? So productively you need to plan. So like what? So assuming that you are starting your schedule at 6:30. Assuming that you are starting your schedule at 6:30. Just a minute. So 6:30. At a stretch, go up to 8:15 a.m. Approximately you can cover 1 hour 45 minutes. Approximately. Then again, take a break of at least some half an hour to 1 hour. Okay, maybe let's assume you will start again by 9, 10:30. By the way, I'm not only telling you the time slots, I will also tell you the topics to be focused. Getting it? The topics what that you need to focus, that also I'll be covering. So around some 1.5 hour, 1.5 hour. Again you are having a break from 11 to 12:15, so which is again 1 hour 15 minutes. Again take a short break, 12:30 to 1:30, again 1 hour. And if possible in the afternoon, since in this particular slot you have almost covered 3, 4.5, 5.5, approximately 5.5 hour you have covered in the morning itself. So in the afternoon, preferably after taking lunch, take a small nap, at least for I can say 60 minutes, 1 hour at least. If not 1 hour, maybe at least 30 minutes to 45 minutes. Please, that nap is very important. Cooling period is very important, so that you can work more faster in the next part of the day. In the next day, on the next part of the particular day, maybe again at 3:30 p.m. you start preparing. 2 hours lunch break. Have lunch, take 45 minutes to 1 hour nap. Don't look at any social media, nothing. Unless it is a YouTube revision class on the YouTube. If you want to watch any faculty, whatever it is, whatever the faculty may be, so watch YouTube only for this particular class related purpose. Maybe if you want entertainment, 15 minutes you dedicate, not beyond that. So 3:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. again you are having 1.5 hour. Again 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. again it is 1 hour. Here every 1 hour half an hour break. Again 7 to 7:30 p.m. 1 hour. Again 8 to 9 p.m. it is 1 hour. Getting it? Now again 9 to 10 take a break. 9 to 10 take a break. Just a minute. 6 to 8, yeah. 10 to 11 again 1 hour. Getting it? Again try to take half an hour break, 11:30 to 12:30. Getting it? Again 1 hour. Approximately evening you can cover 4, 5, 6.5 hours. So morning 5.5, evening 6.5, you can easily cover 12 hours. In the night you sleep for 5.5 hours in the night. On the next day anyhow in the afternoon and during the morning and afternoon anyhow we are having time gaps. So at the time also you can take rest. So you can effectively sleep 6 to 8 hours easily in the entire day, and you can productively study 12 hours. Now, what are the topics that you should cover on the day 1, and what are the topics that you should cover on the day 2? See, this is based on my understanding. This is based on my logic. If at all you are having a different schedule, you stick to that. If at all you feel that is convenient. If at all you are convinced with this, then follow this schedule. Day 1, please select these topics. Like the topics are on day 1. See, here I don't follow learning order. Why? Because you already learned. You are just 2 days before the exam. You are in the process of revision where you are already having a decent idea over the entire subject. So no matter any chapter, if you want, you can pick up. You can pick that chapter and then start. So I always want day 2. I will tell you what topics you have to pick up. Why you need to pick up on the day 2? These topics I'll tell you. So day 2, you need to pick up these topics: NBFC audit, insurance audit. Believe me, NBFC audit don't take more than 2 hours time. In fact, my revision class on NBFC on YouTube is 1.5 hours hardly. With amendment, revision class, that where I explain. I don't read anything. I explain things. Getting it? So 2 hours is a very good time. Insurance might be taking little higher time, 2.5 hours. Third one, bank audit, and fourth one, consolidated financial statement audit. Bank audit will take some 2 hours time. CFS hardly takes 1 hour time, not beyond that. Getting it? Revision time, I'm telling you how much maximum time you need to allocate for each topic. I'm telling you, since this is a very rare opportunity, that to be for audit exam, 2 days time left. So I'm designing exclusively this for May attempt. Other attempt students, don't even look at this video, because in your attempt November, I don't know whether for audit 2 days time will be left or not. Only 1 day will be usually left. Next, so CFS audit 1 hour. Then almost here itself 7.5 hours you are having the time. 7.5 hours you are having the time. Then you need to discuss. Then you need to read. If at all you have already studied these chapter like due diligence, internal management, operational audit. Getting it? And maybe I can say forensic audit. These all together takes 2 hours. So again, which is making to 9.5 hours until here. 9.5 hours until here. Fraud investigation have not covered. Mainly, intentionally, why I ignored it, because the lengthy chapter. Next, then you still have 2.5 hours left. So what you need to discuss here is standards. Which standards? I cannot simply say standards and leave. Which standards? I'll tell you. 501, 505, 510, 550, 560, 580, SQC, 220. All these standards revision takes hardly 2.5 hours. All these standards put together, these standards are collectively some 8 or 9 standards put together will take 2.5 hours only the revision, maximum revision. Next. So this is about day 2. This is about day 2 schedule of 12 hours. Stick to them. Don't even change. Day 1. See, by the way, I'm not talking about covering 100% syllabus in 2 days. I'm talking about covering 75 to 80% of the syllabus. I am talking about covering 75 to 80% of the syllabus. Now, day 1. What you need to cover on the day 1 is like you need to start with company audit. Remember, in company audit, you are having something called dividend provision. You are having something called accounts of companies provision. Nothing but 123 to 127. This is nothing but 128 to 137. So these are the provisions. Plus, you are having 139 to 148 provisions. So this is the company audit syllabus. Getting it? And if at all you are following our marathon classes, if at all, this dividend and accounts of companies we have covered in Company Law Marathon of CA Inter. Company Law Marathon of CA Inter we have covered in depth. Please watch those marathons where these two topics put together will be hardly 2.5 hours. Where we covered NFRA, we covered CSR expenditure, everything. Then 139 to 148 company audit revision is covered as part of CA Final Marathon. There you can cover, which is around for 1 hour. I am talking about day 1. So this entire company audit, these provisions will take hardly 3 hours time. Then you need to discuss on day 1. I'm talking about day 1 topics. Day 1. Then you need to start audit report. Which is again nothing but standards. Where audit report covers CARO provision. Where you are having 700, 701, 705, 706, 710, 720, 260, 570, 299, and I think we have even 600, 610 and 620. So these are the standards, and this is the topic which is covered inside this particular audit report. This entirely takes approximately 4 hours of time. Yes, it will take 4 hours of time. And here in this particular topic, anyhow we are covering approximately 12 standards. Here anyhow we are covering as part of day 2 some 8 to 9 standards where you are covering 20 standards easily. Getting it? 20 standards easily you are covering. Then you are left with a few more standards called 500, 230, 330. Example 500, 2, I mean, see after this, no, okay, I'll come back to remaining standards, leftover standards later. So audit report is completed, right? Then on day 1 itself, you study ethics, professional ethics. Don't forget professional ethics. Getting it? This will take 3 hours of time. This will take 3 hours of time. Generally in ethics, no, we can understand very fast. So you can revise very fast ethics. Whereas standards, audit report take and all, understanding takes time. So revision takes slow. So that's why we need to allocate time not based on the length of the chapter but based on the complexity of the chapter. Okay, so approximately here itself I can say some here 3, here 2 to 3 hours, 4, some here itself some 6 hours approximately plus 9. So until here 9 hours is done. Now we have something called audit committee topic, which is hardly 1 hour topic. Audit committee is something 1 hour topic. So again 1 hour. Again you need to talk about peer review and quality review. Both together takes approximately 2 hours. Both together takes approximately 2 hours. So until here you are left with 12 hours. So which means on 5th May and 6th May you are having 24 hours, you are covering all this. Now next day 7th May, on the day on which you are going for exam, morning you are left with 4 more hours. So that I did not consider. Within that 4 hours available, morning 4 hours is not whatever is available. See, I calculate time up to 12 o'clock only. After 12, don't calculate. 2 hours time before exam, I never calculate. So up to 12 o'clock in the morning, I assume that you are having 4 hours only time after you wake up. Getting it? So within this 4 hours of time, there are some important standards called SA 402, SA 540, SA 320. These 3 standards you need to watch. Now, these 3 standards hardly will take 1 hour time. Apart from this, there are few more standards called 200, 210, 230, 240, 250. Then you are having 300, 315 and probably I can say 450. All these standards, no, they were mostly covered in CA Inter. Even in the institute book says refer CA Inter material. Institute book also says please refer CA Inter material. So preferably add 450 also here. But 450, 520, 530, all these topics, no, 450 and 530 and even 320, these 3 are interlinked. 450, 320 and 530. All these are very, very interlinked topics. Getting it? Just I'm clarifying you. What about remaining? What about remaining topics? Don't even study. Don't even cover them. Just a minute. Yes. So that's it. Now you might still be worrying about some other topics. Sir, what about fiscal loss? What about fraud investigation? What about risk assessment? What about automated environment? What about audit strategy? Believe me, covering 80% productively is better than covering covering very moderately 100% is always dangerous. Covering 80%, 75 to 80% of the syllabus productively is most important. So that's what I aimed at. Definitely, whatever the topics which I have not covered here, they take little higher time for revision, because even though if you read, you feel like reading only, unless you understood it excellently. Getting it? Unless you have a very good command, you cannot understand. So this is day 1 and day 2. So I hope you just replay the video for the topics once again. Okay, I'll try to put timestamps also in this video. I hope I have clearly conveyed you. What are the topics to be read first, for sure on day 1, for sure on day 2. I covered almost major topics except fiscal loss, risk assessment, audit strategy, automated environment and CA Inter syllabus related standards. Except them, most of the topics we have covered over a period of 24 to 28 hours before the exam time. That's it. So try to stick with this schedule, and if at all you are looking for any of our resources, on YouTube we have marathon for CA final audit and CA Inter law marathon is there. Inside the dividend topic, accounts topic is covered, so that you can watch. So I think I have conveyed you properly everything. Okay, so take care, all the best. Plan productive revision. Just don't chumma revise. Okay, plan productive revision. That's it. If possible, simultaneously watch marathon and then do revision. I think it will go even more faster. Okay, take care, all the best.